Hey guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. And if you've come from another one of my videos, an even bigger welcome. And I always love having my subscribers here every single week and month to tune in, to look at the market data together, and also look at other aspects of Calgary and what it's like living in Calgary. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. I'm sure you're going to find these videos extremely valuable. Before we get started, it's Iyer, your Calgary Realtor. And if you're planning a move in the Calgary real estate market, whether it's buying, selling, or investing in the next 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, make sure you reach out so we can set you up with a game plan, because everyone's situation is different. We can go over all the data we'd like, but at the end of the day, your goals are different from someone else's. And so there's no one size that fits all. So I would love to have that conversation with you, understand where your goals are at and what you're trying to achieve. And then we set up a custom plan and then we guide you through that. And my buyers always love that first call because it gives them so much perspective and gives them a better understanding of how to make their decisions going forward. So diving right into the data that we got for semi-detached properties, the benchmark price increased this month by $10,400, bringing us to $668,400. That's a 12.9% increase year over year. Taking a look at the summary by the Calgary Real Estate Board, I'm just going to go over the highlighted points, but make sure you pause and take a look at the other details. So starting at the top, sales activity continued to rise in April, contributing to the nearly 18% year-to-date growth in sales due to the gains in new listings. So this is a pattern we're seeing across all property types. The moment there's more listings on any particular price range or area, buyers show up the next month to then absorb that inventory. And this is what has happened for semi-detached, and we will get a better view of this when we look at other graphs. As the months of supply remain below 1 month for the second month in a row. So we're seeing extremely tight conditions for the past 2 months. Taking a look at the specific stats for this property type. So as you can see here, the total sales last year was 233. We've seen a 9.44% increase this year, bringing our total sales volume to 177 million. Our new listings has increased by 10%, again, pretty close to the sales. But overall, as far as the inventory goes, we are negative 27% as compared to last year. And so this leads us to an extremely tight months of supply. So last year we were at 1.23, which is still pretty tight, but now we are below 1. So we are at 0.82. So that's a 33% decline on months of supply. And that means the days on market last year was 25. This year is 22. And even this is across everything. But when you genuinely look at the semi-detached properties that are on market and how quickly they go, it's usually anywhere between 3 to 5 business days. Properties don't last on the market, especially if they get listed before a weekend. Benchmark price is at $668,400, so that's a 12.9% increase. The median price, $627,000, 18% increase over last year, and the average is up 15%, bringing us to $697,204. As far as the year-to-date numbers go and how that compares year over year, so as far as you can see, the sales is 18% higher, new listings is 13% higher. But at the end of the day, our inventory is still 19% lower than last year. So year to date, extremely tight, 83% sales to new listings ratio, which is pretty close to that 85% mark where it's considered dangerous territory for buyers. Months of supply is at 1.04, so that's 31% lower year to date. And our benchmark price year to date is $647,575, 13% increase year over year. Now taking a look at the benchmark price and other stats by different communities, feel free to pause and read into this a bit more, depending on which area you're shopping in and how competitive those parts of the market are going to be. We're going to focus on the price gains, and semi-detached across all properties this month is the only one where in one particular part of the market, we actually saw a decline. So in the north for semi-detached, we actually saw a decline of $1,200. And the other lowest gain was in east by $4,000. But as far as the highest gains go, south at 2.3% and southeast at 2.2%. So those are the highest gains for the month. And if you look year over year, the highest gains that we have seen is actually in city center at $84,100. And now taking a look at the benchmark price and how it's trended across the past 1 year. So we've actually seen a $76,400 increase year over year since April 2023. And a $106,800 increase since Jan 2023. That is a big price to pay to wait on the sidelines, but also if you got into the market last year, kudos on you. This is probably the gains you've made, or even more, depending on the community you live in. And so, of course, if you're looking to upsize, downsize, there's different strategies. And now for those who are trying to get into the market, there's a lot of buyers. I would caution, they are waiting on the sidelines, waiting for interest rates to drop. Please don't do that. Depending on what you're trying to get, it's going to get very, very expensive to be waiting on the sidelines, and those interest rate savings are not worth it because you're going to be paying not just more, plus your down payment, and then the interest rate you really save is nothing in comparison. Overall, looking at where the sales are happening in the different price brackets, as you can see, last year we were between 400,000 and 550,000 as far as majority of the sales that happened. This year that has shifted down to 450,000 to about 650,000. It's not just one bracket higher, but also spread across more price ranges. And so I believe as the year goes by, you're going to see this shift down even higher and higher into the higher price brackets. Taking a look at the semi-detached sales year to date. So sales is higher than the 10-year average, but still lesser than 2022, same as townhouses and detached, but significantly high amount of sales compared to all the previous years in the past decade. And when we compare this to new listings, as you can see, new listings is nowhere near enough, nowhere near the 10 average, nowhere near past new listings in past years. It's not as bad as other property types. Other property types do have a lot more gap in that. It's still nowhere near enough because buyers have now adapted to all these new listings coming on the market, and so the sales have increased accordingly. And how does this impact then the benchmark price and the inventory and sales? So the significant increase in inventory at the end of last year, as you can see right over here, was actually met by sales at the start of this year. So all the sales this year started pulling all of that inventory off. And now, as you can see, month over month, we're either seeing stagnation in the amount of inventory or a drop. So as this continues to happen, the benchmark price will continue to go up in a very strong upward trend. Taking a look at the different price types. So finally, the benchmark price, average price, and median price, all three indicators for this property type are continuing to trend upwards. So that is a very strong indicator of an overall market sentiment that is extremely positive in trying to go for semi-detached properties. If you found value in this video, make sure you reach out. I would love to have that call with you. Let's dive more into some more data depending on what your questions are, what you're looking to get done this year, and you might get some insights that might help you make better decisions. In a market like this, the data keeps changing almost every single week, and so I keep updating my databases and everything, and I will make updated videos during the month to see where the market's at. In the meantime, you can find my details in the description. Let's have that chat and let's set you up with a game plan. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, I would appreciate all the support, and thanks for sticking around till the end, and until next video, take care.